Welcome, everybody, to Unity in Lynnwood's second annual talent show. Thank you so very much for joining us. And our first performers are Dawn Macon and Dr. Richard and guests.
Are you ready? Did you come for a show? What?
Mic drop. Already in the show.
It's already happening. Yes! There was a time in my life thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, ooh, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Yeah, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for, come on y'all, sing it. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. Sopranos, my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yeah, no more struggles, no more strife. No, with my faith I see I'm free, free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I release and I let go. Sing it, y'all. Spirit, run my. Come on, open it up, open it up. Heart is open wide. Yeah.
How about that?
Awesome.
We're learning at this, all right? Well, I'm learning at it.
All right, John, I got a couple jokes for you. You ready?
All right.
Okay, I hope you people are ready. All right. Why did the physics teacher break up with the biology teacher?
I have no idea. Tell me, Nadine.
There was no chemistry. Oh. Oh.
You said you had a couple?
They just keep getting better, John. Wait. You just wait. All right, you ready? What's the difference between a snowman and a snow woman? You ready, people? Snowballs.
Now, everyone, we have Judy Hastings with What Will It Take?
The inspiration for this poem came from the Unity People's Conference and the message that I received from the various speakers there. What will it take? What will it take for our world to truly know peace? When the need to look at each other with fear will cease. It will happen when we can look at each other and only see the face of our sister or brother. It will happen when we can look deep into one another's heart and see the love that has been us from the start. The world will know peace when we can look at each other and finally see that the being I am looking at is actually me.
Up next, we have Mary Sue Brooks with Light in a Candle Flame.
A few years ago, I was taking a prosperity course at another Unity church in the area, and in addition to having a miraculous financial demonstration, I began receiving songs. And I'd been playing the guitar for about 20 years, and then suddenly songs began coming to me. And so this is one of the songs I wrote, and I would like for you to all join me on the second chorus. It will be projected up behind me. Light in a candle flame, stars in the sky. Christ into darkness came, wise men asked why. Lighting a flame of love, only to die. Where is the flame burning now? There in a manger lay God's holy Son, hearing the angels say, love has begun, healing the heart of man, never to die, while shepherds slowly pass by. Isn't Christ just a name for my brother? Isn't Christ just a name for my friend? Isn't Christ just a name for each other? Isn't God just the light from within? Lighting the candles now, flames growing bright, filling the room somehow with that holy night. Christ in the darkness comes into our sight, while minstrels strum anthems of light. Isn't Christ just a name for my brother? Isn't Christ just a name for my friend? Isn't Christ just a name for each other? Isn't God just a light from within? The peace of love's presence grows soft in the night. A gentle reflection grows of heaven's light. Christ in a stranger's smile, children's delight. Love is the flame in our hearts. Isn't Christ just a name for a brother? Isn't Christ just a name for my friend? Isn't Christ just a name for each other? Isn't God just the light from within? Isn't God just the light from within?
Hello, Nadine.
Howdy, John. You ready for some more?
Am I ever?
Are you ready for some more? All right, so what's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu?
2 more feet.
That was a nice try. You were probably going to add some wings and all of that, right? Okay, so the real answer, one requires tweetment and the other requires ointment.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that.
I got more. I got more. One more. One more. Y'all ready, or do I keep torturing them longer? One more? All right, one more. John, why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil? Because it's pointless. Kind of like these jokes, people. Kind of like these jokes.
And now the puppets with Judy and Michelle.
I'm not anywhere. I'm not here.
Riz, I can hear you. I just can't see you. Are you invisible?
No, I'm not invisible. I'm just hiding. Oops, wait, no, darn.
Riz, why are you hiding? You have nothing to worry about. These people seem nice.
Once they see me, they're gonna laugh at me.
They won't laugh at you. You won't laugh at her, will you? No. See? What did I tell you? Come on out, Riz, and say hi.
Well, maybe I will, and maybe I won't.
I'm sure they'd love to meet you, wouldn't you?
But I'm different. I don't look the same as everyone else.
That's okay. We're all different.
Well, okay. I'll come up and say hello. See, I told you they would laugh.
They're only laughing at the bag. They haven't seen you yet. How can they be laughing at you, Grizz? Please, take the bag off so everyone can see you.
Well, all right then. I'll take the bag off.
See? Isn't she beautiful? There's nothing different about you. You look fine.
You mean you didn't see it?
Didn't see what?
Well, come closer and I'll tell you.
Okay, so what is it that makes you look different?
You promise you won't tell anyone, will you?
I'll try not to.
Okay, come closer. Psst, 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 psst.
You've got a pimple on your face?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. What's the big deal anyway? Lots of people have some sort of pimple, scratch, or freckle on their face at some time. Bet you do. And, there's lots of other things that make them look different.
Really? Is that really true?
Of course it is. Besides, you don't want to be unkind to people just because they're different.
Even if they have a pimple on their face?
Especially if they have a pimple on their face. We want to love everyone. That's what God does.
Really? God does?
Yeah. God didn't say to only love those who look like us or people who sound like us. God loves everyone. And I love you too, pimples or not.
Aw, thanks. I feel so much better now. And I'm not going to let a silly old pimple make me worry about what other people think. I know God and you and all of you love me no matter what, and that makes me feel great. Well, gotta go now. Bye, everyone.
Bye! Did you know I have one ear smaller than the other?
Whoa, you're kidding me. I didn't know you had ears.
How about that for cute, huh? Now we have Steve and our special guest, Sophie.
Okay, that's not better.
You want to say good evening, everyone, or something like that?
No, thanks.
You want me to? Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Why am I so mixed up? Ow, ow. Stop doing that.
How old
ow.
are you?
Stop doing that. Ow. Stop doing
How old are you?
that. Okay. It starts
This is a song that Sophie's school sang last year. And I've played a lot of Beatles songs in my life, but I never learned this one. And she came home and taught me this one. So, do you know the name of this?
It's called I Will. Kind of had a short name to it, but a good tune. But it wasn't played by a guitar. We just sang it. Who knows how long I love you? I know I love you still. Will I wait a lonely lifetime? If you want me to, I will. Love you forever and forever. Love you with all my heart. Love you whenever we're together. Love you when we're apart. And when at last I find you, a song will fill the air. Sing it loud so I can hear you. Make it easy to be near you. For the things you do and you to me, oh, you know I will. La 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 and when at last I find you, a song will fill the air. Sing it loud so I can hear you. Make it easy to be near. For the things you do is near you to me. Oh, you know I will. I will.
What do you say about that, huh? Come on. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Steve. You try to follow that up, huh?
I really don't want to now.
That's up to you.
Cheryl's making me, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll be on the mic over here.
John, are you a sports fan?
I am a sports fan.
You like soccer?
I love soccer.
I got one for you. You ready?
A soccer joke?
Yeah.
Really?
What lights up a soccer stadium?
What lights up a soccer stadium?
A soccer match.
Let's all welcome Pat Hale and company here.
Okay, so I'd like to introduce Arnie, John, and Steve, who are helping me out on one of my songs. And one of my favorite quotes is, "The reason angels can fly is because they take themselves so lightly." And it reminds me to hold my beliefs loosely enough to change them when necessary. And I wrote this song about how we make all these plans and set all these goals, and sometimes at the last minute everything changes, and that's when we must bow to the universe, and that's what this is called. Yeah. All right. You've got to bow to the universe. That's all that you can do. Bow to the universe when it tells you what to do. When changes come and your plans fall through, there's nothing more that you can do. So you must bow to the universe. It has brand new plans for you. Each morning I rise and breathe in the day. I look to my heart to know what to say. Deep in my heart I find something to master. Then all of the blue, there comes a disaster. You've got to bow to the universe. That's all that you can do. Bow to the universe when it tells you what to do. When changes come and your plans fall through, there's nothing more that you can do. So you must bow to the universe. It has brand new plans for you. My intention is set to follow my dream. I plan the next step in my masterful scheme. With just the right feeling, I write down my goal. When to my surprise, I fall into a hole. You've got to bow to the universe. That's all that you can do. You've got to bow to the universe when it tells you what to do. When changes come and your plans fall through, there's nothing more that you can do. So you must bow to the universe. It has brand new plans for you. The law of attraction I set into motion. My desires are filled with positive emotion. All I have prayed for is coming my way. When everything shifts and all I can say is, you've got to bow to the universe. That's all that you can do. Bow to the universe when it tells you what to do. When changes come and your plans fall through, there's nothing more that you can do. So you must bow to the universe. It has brand new plans for you. It has brand new plans for you. What are they now? All right, interesting. Okay, a second original tune called With Love. And we lovingly have added Mary Sue and Jennifer, and still have John and Arnie. When you keep your heart open, love will come to you. When you keep your mind open, love will see you through. Life can only bring to us what we expect it to. Loving is the easiest and the hardest thing to do. To love you as I love myself, I have to love me first. Expecting nothing When you keep your heart open, love will come to you. When you keep your mind open, love will see you through. Life can only bring to us what we expect it to. Loving is the easiest and hardest thing to do. To love you as I love myself, I have to love me first. Expecting nothing in return till all my feelings burst with love, only love, pure love. When you keep your heart open, love will come to you. When you keep your mind open, love will see you Testing? Testing? Yes? Okay. Really good. Eric Clapton and Will Jennings wrote this song after Clapton's 4-year-old son, Connor, fell from a 53-story building. Since then, he's done some commercials about the safety of windows and staircases and so on because of what happened to him. In some interviews about this, he said this song is a demonstration of how we use music as a healing agent. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a prayer. So enjoy the prayer. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? write it a couple different ways, but it's good. Time can bring you down, time can bend your knees. Time can break the heart, have you begging, please, begging, please. Beyond the door, there's peace, I'm sure, and I know there'll be no more tears in heaven. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. And I know there'll be no more tears in heaven. Thank you.
Hi, Nadine. I just want to say, Nadine has a way of bringing out the best, and she really, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You inspired me. Here we go.
That's not going to stop me. You know that, right? I got to keep going. You want to do this one?
Sure. Which knight at King Arthur's round table measured the table? Circumference. It's not just you, Nadine.
All right, John. So, guy goes to the doctor. Doctor tells him, I'm sorry, but you suffer from a terminal illness and only have 10 to live.
And the man said,
Patient says, what do you mean 10? 10 what? 10 months? 10 weeks?
10.
The doctor says, 9, 8.
I'm very pleased to introduce the Brooks duo.
When the veil of dreams has lifted and the fairy tales have all been told, There's a kiss at the end of the rainbow, more precious than a pot of gold. In tales of ancient glory, every knight and maiden fair shall be joined when the quest is over, and a kiss is the oath that they swear. Oh, when the veil of dreams has lifted, and the fairy tales have all been told, there's a kiss at the end of the rainbow, more precious than a pot of gold.
My sweet, my dear, my darling, you're so far away from me. Though an ocean of tears divides us, let the bridge of our love span the sea.
Oh, when the veil of dreams has lifted, and the fairy tales have all been told, there's a kiss at the end of the rainbow, more precious than a pot of gold. There's a kiss at the end of the rainbow, more precious than a pot of gold.
That brings us to our intermission. Won't you please join us in Friendship Hall? And then come back. Promise more jokes. Welcome back, everybody. You guys ready for the second part of the show? Good deal. Now we have Don Macon, accompanied by Dr. Richard and Ernie.
What do you think about these fabulous musicians here? So the song that we get to start out with, look out, because it's time to swoon, y'all. And quickly, this is really interesting that this is the first time that I've sung here at Unity. And this song is very special to me because it was the first song that I sang when I started singing in public again after not singing for 25 years. Actually, it was 30. Yeah, and I started singing at one of my best friend's memorial service for the first time. It was my coming out in a strange kind of way, and it was kind of weird because in her hospital bed, she said that she saw me as her shaman. I said, I ain't no shaman, girl. You the shaman. And then she passed. And I sang at her memorial service, and I've been singing ever since. And now I know what she was talking about. At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Yeah, at last, the sky above is blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The moment I laid my eyes on you, found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I could call my own. I had a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill like I had never known. You smiled, oh, and then that spell was cast. Now here we are in heaven, for you are mine at last. I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I could call my own. I had a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill like I had never known. You smiled, oh, and then that spell was cast. I see y'all. Now here we are in heaven, for you are mine. Hold that. And
Wow. Now, please welcome John Brooks, reading poetry.
Wow, that's a tough act to follow. Well, there's a phrase that in the beginning was the word, so I have some words for you tonight, and some poems by a number of people. And Robert Frost said that a good poem glides like an ice cube across a hot stove. So hopefully we got some there that'll do that. Theodore Roethke was one of the foremost poets of his time, and he was a professor of English at the University of Washington and was awarded the Pulitzer Prize and 2 National Book Awards for poetry, including for his book, The Far Field, from which this poem is excerpted. I thirst by day, I watch by night. I receive, I have been received. I hear the flowers drinking in their light. I have taken counsel of the crab and the sea urchin. I recall the falling of small waters, the stream slipping between the mossy logs, winding down to the stretch of irregular sand, the great logs piled like matchsticks. I am most immoderately married. The Lord God has taken my heaviness away. I have merged like the bird in the bright air, and my thought flies to the place by the bow tree. Being, not doing, is my first joy. The late Robert Sund was a devoted student of Theodore Roethke's and whose mentorship set him on his life's path as a poet. Robert published several books of poetry and a number of chapbooks and broadsides. He passed away in 2001, and this poem is from a book published posthumously, Poems from Taos Mountain, that he wrote during a 3-month stay with friends in New Mexico. It's titled The Young Weaver. Say to the young weaver, there are days that come to you, days with arms wide open and gifts easy to see. There is no day without its gift. If it is dark, the darkness will be your gift. Without a moon, a perfect darkness. Take what comes, find your grace in it. Hidden above the clouds, the true treasure lies untouched. The bright blue light fire of heaven never goes out. Robert lived for many years in LaConner and built a shack on a remote old fishing platform, and he would row an old wooden boat to get to it and spend days in solitude writing poems, much like the Japanese, Chinese, and Buddhist hermits that he admired. This is one that he wrote, called it Shack Medicine. The river glides in silence. The night is deep like a loving mother. A silence goes back and forth through the marsh. The same silence that was here in my shack, waiting for me. It was always here. I was gone so long, and now the silence is so much deeper, and I sink down into it. The sadness I met in the world falls away from me, and one by one, my dreams return. Everything good I put into my house is here, living in the silence. Boards placed a certain way, a window facing the moon, a straight-back chair at the table, gifts received, and pottery bowls and cups I made with my own hands. Things crude or useful that began from enthusiasm and keep that life and give it back. Talismans and pieces of string. In the night silence, my house speaks to me. It leaves me a long time, but then it reaches out, and a gentle hand penetrates my body. Through the flesh, it reaches in, and on one rib below my heart leaves hanging a small silver box with all my good dreams inside it. Nothing can ever be taken from you now. Yehuda Amichai is considered by many as Israel's greatest modern poet. This poem is from the English translation of the book Open, Closed, Open, and it's titled In My Life, In My Death. All my life I played chess with myself and others, and the days of my life were chess pieces, good, bad, I and me, I and he, war and love, hope and despair, black pieces and white. Now they're all jumbled together, colorless, and the chessboard has no squares. It's a smooth surface blending into day and into night. The game is calm and has no end, no winners, no losers. The hollow rules clang in the wind. I listen, and I am quiet in my life, in my death. This is a poem I wrote a dozen or so years ago. It's called What a Poem Is. It's not about the poet you know, or about some sunny day when the light shimmered on a pond or a quaking leaf, or his long nights wrestling with the invisible. That was then. It's about a river flowing now, and the poem is a leaf adrift, and reading, you hop on for a ride. It's about a destination within yourself, and the poem takes you by the hand and guides you where the scenery is beyond words, and though you never quite arrive, you don't mind. A poem in the right hands is a machete, slicing through the thicket of your misshapen thoughts, making a trail deep into the secrets of your heart. And once blazed, it allows you to return to these whispering truths and be blessed again and again. Thank you. Thank you. I'll close with a poem from Anna Akhmatova. She was one of the most significant Russian poets of the 20th century. She lived through the Russian Revolution and was shortlisted for the Nobel Prize in 1965 and again in 1966, the year she died at age 76. It's called This Land. This land, though it is not mine, is always with me. and the waters of its ocean fresh and cold, sand on the bottom whiter than chalk, and the air drunk like wine. The late sun lays bare the rosy limbs of the pine tree, and the sun goes down in its red waves, and I cannot tell if the day is ending or the world, or if the secret of secrets is inside me again. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, let's welcome Father Otter. Grandfather Otter.
So we are Grandfather Otter and friends. I'd like to introduce my friends. Nancy Joy, who is going to read the Chinook Blessing, which is a native poem about nature. And my friends, Pam and Brian Gillum, they're going to back me up. So quite often I have people ask me, well, where did you get the name Grandfather Otter? Well, grandfather, I've probably been around a lot longer than any of you. So I think I qualify. So when I say otter, I'm talking about the river otter. Does anybody know anything about what river otters are? Tell me.
They're long with beautiful hair on them, and they swim in the rivers and live in the bank.
Right. What else?
They lay on their backs and crack the shells.
Well, yeah, the river otter does that too, but the sea otter probably does that more than the river otter. But the river otter, they play mostly in the rivers, although we have them out here in Puget Sound. They love to play with the fish. They chase them all over the... If you've ever seen any movies with them, you'll see them chasing fish. Of course, they devour the fish later, but what the heck? I mean, they have to eat too. So one of the things that I focus on, the river otter, why it becomes, it's my spirit guide, the river otter, or sometimes called your totem animal. And one of the things that I know about the river otter is that they only do fun. They do play, they're curious, but they only do fun. I don't do work. Why would I? So I have to say that I probably learned to swim when I was about 3 years old. My mother taught me to swim early. And all through the years, I've done a lot of different kinds of water sports. So that's kind of the basis of how I came about to accept the river otter as my totem animal. So with that, Nancy will read the Chinook Blessing.
We call upon the earth, our planet home, with its beautiful depths and soaring heights, its vitality and abundance of life. And together we ask that it teach us and show us the way. We call upon the mountains, the Cascades in the Olympics, the high green valleys and meadows filled with wild flowers, the snows that never melt, the summits of intense silence, and we ask that they, together, teach us and show us the way. Call upon the waters that rim the earth from horizon to horizon, that flow in our rivers and our streams, that fall upon our gardens and fields. And we ask that they teach us and show us the way. We call upon the land which grows our food, the nurturing soil, the fertile fields, the abundant gardens and orchards. And we ask that they teach us and show us the way. Call upon the forests, the great trees reaching strongly to the sky, with the earth in their roots and the heavens in their branches, the fir and the pine and the cedar, and we ask them to teach us and show us the way. Call upon the creatures of the fields and the forest and the seas, our brothers and sisters, the wolves and deer, the eagle and the dove, the great whales and the dolphin, the beautiful orca and the salmon, who share our Northwest home. And we ask them to teach us and show us the way. We call upon the moon and the stars and the sun who govern the rhythm and the seasons of our lives and remind us that we are part of a great and wondrous universe. And we ask them to teach us and show us the way. We call upon all those who have lived on this earth, our ancestors and our friends, who dreamt the best for future generations, and upon whose lives our lives are built. And with thanksgiving, we call upon them to teach us and show us the way. And lastly, we call upon all that we hold sacred, the presence and the power of the great spirit of love and truth, which flows through all the universe, and to be with us, to teach us and show us the way.
From my heart, I play this flute for all my relations. For all my relations. And so it is.
Now let's welcome Dr. John Jensen.
It's true. When I heard the hoot of the sacred flute like a loon on the far side of the lake, I was moved to share my vision in verse of nature's flow upon this place. Nature in a vapor state hangs suspended here within, and from it comes the stuff of all that has ever been. Ideas come sprinkling from the silent sky above the land where our minds dwell, like shimmering snowflakes, mirror bright, falling sublimely from the clouds in the sky above God's green earth. Let our hearts be open, like the rivers, lakes, and streams, to the good ideas that will melt and flow to the ocean of our dreams.
Thank you, Dr. John. I'd like to thank Connie Lambsden for the photos of the Olympic Peninsula and the mountains. And next up, we have an original instrumental by Dr. Lovejoy.
So, is this on? I think so. I know. It's technology. Oh, okay, we got it. I studied piano since I was a little girl, and it wasn't until I was in my 20s when I had an opportunity to be in a band with 3 amazingly talented women who all happened to have degrees in music therapy. And so I learned a lot about the healing power of music from them, and having an opportunity to play with them. I combined that and took that along with my studies of esoteric traditions and the power of vibration and sound. And so when I play, when I improvise, it's with the idea that every note has a healing vibration. I never know what I'm going to play when I sit down at the piano. I just tune in and see what needs to come, whether that's healing for myself, whether that's healing for whoever may be in the room. So hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Dr. Jennifer.
John, guess what? Guess what?
What could that be?
They're here. The limo dropped them off. They're here.
They're here.
Yes, they're here.
They're here.
Can you help me with this? They're here. We got to get ready for them. We'll have Steve do this. But they're here. Oh my gosh, we can get that one over there. They're here. Hey,
What can I do?
they're coming.
Who's here?
They're here.
Who's here?
They're here. Kay and Laurel. They're here.
Kay and Laurel. Mill Creek, Washington. What do you say? Here's Kay and Laurel.
Yes, it's the same dummy from last year, and she hasn't lost any weight.
What's that?
One thing.
She was blaming me. What is that thing? What's that?
Something in case I need to be a little taller.
No, seriously. What is that?
Well, it's a step ladder. I really never knew my real ladder.
We had this all perfect. Wait, won't do it. All day perfect.
It's okay, you're a dummy tonight. What is that? Oh no, not again. Dr. Richards in the bathroom forgot to turn off his microphone.
I'm still going.
It's okay, this is your lucky day.
Why?
Because usually I say, Kay, stop, think, then talk. But tonight, you're our little dummy, again or still. You get it. So you want to say hi to everyone?
Hi. Okay, good. I was wondering though, why did they think of us when they thought of two dummies?
Well, there's really only one dummy, Kay. And I think it's probably because you've had lifelong preparation.
Actually, I did prepare.
Now, how did you do that?
I got my second edition of Dummies for Dummies. First, I thought, I have to be looking pretty special for this book. I mean, the book told me I had to look special.
Okay,
So-
and how are you going to do that?
Well, I think I need makeup of some sort.
Okay, just a minute. Let me go get your little dummy gown, princess gown, whatever it is.
I'll put it on while she just stands there. Oh, thank you.
Their front.
It's a slow process.
Now, Dr. Richard, turn it off. I guess so. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
You're ready. Be good. Hold that thing up.
Okay.
First, I have to put a little moisturizer on. No, first you have to get your body sitting up straight.
My posture. I forgot my posture.
Chins out of the way.
Chins.
Yeah. Body up, sit up. Okay.
Now can I have my face moisturizer? Woo! I'm moisturized. Whoa! Now you're waking me up, I can tell. Okay, I'm awake. Oh, I see what the problem is.
Dummy's getting a little smarter as we go along.
Now I need a little moisturizer. But not too much. Okay, good. I feel good. I feel good. Now a little foundation. This isn't as easy as it looks. To get beautiful, I mean.
No, there's a long way to go.
Okay. Okay. Now blush. I'm going to be the brightest girl. Takes 3 hands.
Good, looking so good.
And last but not least, color.
Lipstick.
Lipstick. Around the lips.
Okay, what's next?
Oh, whoops.
Well, now are you all ready?
Yes, with my makeup. But I didn't reach my goal of losing any weight, as I was reminded by family, to make it easier for you to pack me around this year.
Really, it's okay. One of these days I'll be able to straighten my back so people don't think I'm always sitting down.
Well, the doctor did say my stomach was getting a little bigger.
Well, you should diet.
Diet? Really? What color? I did keep going to the paint store, but it didn't seem to work.
Why would you go to a paint store?
They say to get thinner.
Well, maybe you're like the hungry clock.
What?
He went back 4 seconds.
He went back for seconds.
Well, anyway, do you know what they call people that can't stick to a diet?
Deserters.
Okay. So speaking of weight...
Must we?
No. Speaking of weight, how do you get 2 whales in a car?
Well, we just did it on the way here.
Hey. No. You get to Wales by starting in England and driving west. In fact, remember when our farmer friend over there asked us to round up his 37 sheep, and you said,
40! Think about it.
Okay. Forget weight, Kay, and focus on the positive.
Okay, well, remember when we first met and I had long, beautiful hair, and sometimes it was braided?
Oh, yes, but the problem was the hair was under your arms.
Then the time I dyed my hair clown orange.
That reminds me. What rhymes with orange?
No, it doesn't.
Speaking of that, brings us to the story your dad used to tell about your mom. Yeah, that's a yes.
Yeah.
Holding you in your arms and getting on the bus.
Oh, yeah, you mean that when that rude bus driver said, "That is the ugliest baby I've ever seen."
But then there was the nice man in the back of the bus that my mom complained to, saying how rude the bus driver had been to her.
Oh, right, the nice guy that said, don't let him get away with being rude. You just go back up there and you give him a piece of your mind, and I'll hold the monkey.
And then, remember when I joined your softball team? I couldn't figure out why the ball kept getting bigger and bigger, and then it hit me.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay. Remember last year I said I wanted to try something new, maybe change my job?
Oh, right. And why did you want to be a plumber?
Because I already had the plumber's crack going with those low-waisted pants.
Oh, I remember that. And then the shirt that gave away your next possible profession?
What shirt was that?
Your baker's shirt. You know, the one that comes with all the rolls.
Okay. Now I think I found a job helping a one-armed typist doing capital letters.
Really?
Yes, but it's just shift work.
Earlier you'd mentioned that you'd been to the doctor.
Yes, she annoys me, though. I told her I'm suffering from deja vu, and she said, didn't I just see you yesterday? Then I said, Doctor, I have wind. Can you give me something? So she said, yes, here's a kite. Doctor, seriously, I feel like a pair of curtains.
I'm sure she said to you, then go pull yourself together.
Yes. So I said, Doctor, I think I'm being ignored. And she responded, next. Oh, Doctor, I'm a bell. So she said, take these, and if it doesn't help, give me a ring.
Wow, what did you say then?
Doctor, I'm invisible. And she responds with, who said that?
Okay, enough about your ills. Let's get back to the fact that we are sitting in church.
So
that makes me think, what would a Buddhist ask a hot dog vendor?
Make me one with everything.
You are so smart. Do you know why they say amen at the end of a prayer instead of a woman?
Same reason they sing hymns instead of hers.
Well, you know, I've just been thinking, everyone sitting out there needs to participate. So, anyone that can, let me hear you snap your fingers loudly.
Oh, good.
Okay, and then anybody that can hit their thighs and stomp your feet. Okay, you got it.
Good.
We'll probably have to do it twice through, but...
Okay, we live in the Northwest, so we're going to be one with the rain. Bring out those buckets of water, ushers.
Okay, so we'll all start out being the rain. And then the finger snappers, do your thing.
Some of you.
And just this section over here. And then the thunder.
Hear it?
Thunder stops.
Not all of you.
All right, there you have it. You see how easy it is to participate. Even though we have no talent, we're able to stand up here, and you were all able to do something talented. So next year, you're on.
More jokes.
Did you miss me?
Yes.
All right, people, you ready? Yeah. Is Google a he or a she? A she, no doubt. You want to know why? Because It won't let you finish your sentence without suggesting other ideas.
Do you have more?
All right. I wish Sophie was still here. She would like this one probably. What is see-through and smells like carrots?
Oh. What is see-through and smells like carrots?
Rabbit farts.
Can we bring Steve on? Thank you.
I'll remember that one. I will.
Steve Mason.
Thank you. Wales. Drive west to Wales. I wrote this song right before or after going to Wales, so it was kind of fun. I wrote it feeling particularly grateful because I was watching my two boys who are now much older. This is BS. It's before Sophie. But I was feeling really grateful, and I was thinking I hadn't written a song about gratitude, and I wanted to write a song about how grateful I feel and have kind of a mantra for it. So my two boys went off to soccer practice. That's why we were in Wales, by the way. Soccer, of course. Yeah, I sat down at the table after they'd gone off to practice, and through there and through me and a pen, in about 30 minutes I wrote this song, and most of them aren't that quick for me anyway, so I was grateful for that too. So. It's called Thank You For. Thank you for your love and more, gifts untold, shelter from the cold. When I'm feeling sad or lonely, you remind me of all the folks who've loved me in my life. Thank you for your gifts and more. That's what I thank you for. Through all my noise, you've given me the choice. No, I complain, or sometimes about the cold rain. You pick me up so I can listen for a while. Just the things that I've been missing in my life. Thank you for your gifts and more. That's what I thank you for. Thank you for. Thank you for. As I explore each new corridor, I've been rich and poor, stumbled through my share of toil. When I'm feeling sad or lonely, you remind me of all the folks who've loved me in my life. Thank you for your gifts and more. That's what I thank you for. Oh, thank you for. Thank you for. Oh, thank you gifts and more. That's what I thank you for. Thanks very much. So if you're wondering, how many more songs is he playing? So, and I'm not doing one, by the way, Matthew. And I don't, yeah. Love that song, though, by the way. Let's do a song that we all have probably heard a number of times since 1972 when it was a hit, although it was written in 68 and released like 4 different times, and then the Youngbloods had a hit with it. So. Love is but a song we sing, the fears away we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people now. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Yeah. We sing. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go. You can sing on the verses too. We will surely pass. When the one who left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. If you hear the song we sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hands. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. We sing. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Try to love one another right now. Last one. Try to love one another right now. Right on. Nicely sung. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm very thankful for all the performers tonight. And could we get them all to come up on the stage, please?
And to the one courageous enough to bring together such an ensemble of humbling talent. Her name is Cheryl Jones. Will you join me in thanking her, please?